Hi, it's Panda Movies here. Today, I'm going to explain the movie called The Lucky One. Warning, there are spoilers ahead. Enjoy the video. The story revolves around Logan Thibault, a US Marine serving in Iraq, who witnesses a Marine called Aces die attempting to aid one of his men during an ambush. The morning after, while sitting on the rubbles, he spots a photo of a young woman. He comes to pick it up when the ground he had just been sitting on gets bombed, killing many that were nearby. Logan goes around to look for the owner of the photo, but is unsuccessful, so he decides to keep it. As they were driving their Humvee, one of Logan's squad mates declares that the woman in the picture is his guardian angel, but at that moment an explosion destroys their Humvee, killing his squad mates. Having survived bombing attempts, Logan returns to Colorado to live with his sister and her family who have been looking after his dog, Zeus. Logan suffers from PTSD and survivor guilt. He unfortunately almost chokes one of his nephews to death when his trauma was triggered. He decides that it is best to leave and sets off to search for the woman in the photo. Logan and Zeus walk to Louisiana, where a lighthouse in the picture has provided a clue. He shows the photo around town, and a local resident tells him that the woman used to be married to his friend, a local deputy sheriff. After asking around, Logan finally finds the woman who turns out to be Beth Green. He finds it difficult explaining to Beth why he is there, so she assumes that he wants a job, and seeing that he has talent with dogs, Beth's grandmother, Ellie, hires him. In the first few days, Logan's presence seems to irritate Beth, but eventually begins to warm up to him, seeing how much he values his work and the people around town. Logan develops a supportive relationship with Beth's son, Ben, who is without a positive male influence since the death of Beth's brother, Drake. Beth's former husband, Sheriff's Deputy Keith Clayton, the son of the town's judge, grows suspicious of Logan. He is brusque and unwelcome with Logan and even discourages Ben from playing violin around him, leading the boy to practice in his treehouse instead. When Ben returns bloodied from a charity baseball game, Beth and Keith have an argument and he threatens to use his connections to take full custody of Ben. She is anxious about Keith's short temper and is fearful of losing her son to him. On the anniversary of Drake's death, Beth becomes distraught and Logan calms her down. They have a small celebration in Beth's home, where Keith notices the budding relationship between Beth and Logan and immediately tries to stop it, but Beth stands up to Keith, showing that she is not intimidated by him anymore. In his desperate attempts to break them up, Keith reveals to her that he learned that Logan was asking about her when he first arrived in town. Keith steals the photo from Logan and accuses him of stalking her. Her trust destroyed, she is distraught and sends Logan away. Ellie tries to soften Beth, explaining to her that it isn't Logan's fault he survived and Drake did not. Logan takes Zeus with him for a walk when an intoxicated Keith sees them and angrily confronts him, drawing his gun, while people on the street begin to panic and run. Being a former Marine, he expertly disarms him, turning the weapon over to another officer. Logan immediately heads home to pack and finds a photo of Drake inside a book that Ben had given him. In the photo, Drake's tattoo is visible. The tattoo on Drake's forearm says Aces, and he realizes that Drake was the sergeant from the night raid. He returns to Beth's house to tell her what he knows of how Drake died. Keith finds himself at Judge Clayton's house, where he is shocked and embarrassed over what he did. His father tells him it will all blow over before the election, not caring about his son's feelings, prompting Keith to walk out into a gathering storm, leaving his badge behind, and goes to Beth to plead for reconciliation. Beth gently but firmly refuses his pleas, so he threatens to take Ben away. Ben overhears his father and runs out into the storm. He is immediately followed by his parents just as Logan arrives. Ellie urges Logan to follow them. Ben runs towards the treehouse, but the rope bridge gives way and he falls into the river along with his father, just as Beth and Logan arrive. Keith, caught in the rope of the bridge, calls to Logan, who grabs Ben and hands him to Beth. Before Logan can return for Keith, the treehouse falls on him and he is swept away in the raging river to his death. Back home, Beth thanks Logan for saving her son. Logan explains that Drake died saving one of his own men. He starts to leave, but Beth runs after him and says that he belongs with them. Later, Logan, Beth, Zeus, and Ben celebrate Ben's 9th birthday together. More than being a classic Nicholas Sparks novel, The Lucky One promotes the ideas that struggles don't have to define you. Instead, these experiences can be used as a learning tool to be able to do better and become better. The struggles that Logan experienced were unimaginable and are something that you would not wish for even your worst enemies to experience. He could have succumbed to the trauma that was haunting him, yet he managed to be tough during the whole ordeal with the help of people that loved him.